Caroline Leavitt, White House Press Secretary. Caroline, you were in the room where it all happened. Take us inside that room for a moment, would you? And then please tell us what you believe the president will say in response to what Zelensky said on Bret Baier's show.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, Laura. And it was incredibly tense in that room, and things turned bad and bitter very quickly because, unfortunately, President Zelensky refuses to recognize the pragmatic reality about the war that his country is facing. This war has been going on for years. His countrymen are dying. And most of all, President Zelensky failed to recognize that he's walking into the Oval Office with a new sheriff in town. And that sheriff is Donald Trump. And he is a peacemaker in chief. He wants this war to end. And he understands that his people, the American people, are sick and tired of footing the bill for this war to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. And so it's very unfortunate for the Ukrainian people and for President Zelensky that he walked in with this mindset of give from the American people without much gratitude for what the American people have done for his country over the past few years. And so he was on the brink of signing an economic agreement that would have ensured economic prosperity for the Ukrainian people and recouped American tax dollars for funding this war. Instead, because of his rude and antagonistic ways, the deal blew up in his face. President Trump wants peace. He remains committed to that. But President Zelensky either needs to change his attitude or perhaps he can't make a deal at all.
Well, Caroline, we're hearing different narratives tonight, but is President Trump in the mood at all to revisit this mineral deal, given what happened earlier today?
Well, I think the president remains committed to peace, and he wants to see this war end. That has been the president's intention all along. Don't forget, he talked about this extensively on the campaign trail as soon as he was elected on November 5th, before he was even inaugurated. He talked to Zelensky. His team started negotiations to end this war, and more has been done in a month by President Trump and his team to move towards a tangible and lasting peace than the previous 3 years under the past administration.
I'm sorry to interrupt. But, Caroline, I'm talking about the deal. Of course, you were all set up. You had the table set up, the room set up to sign that mineral deal.
That's right.
And what now?
Well, we'll have to see, and it's up to President Trump the next move that he makes. But I think he made it very clear today in asking President Zelensky and the Ukrainians to leave the White House that Zelensky is not in the right mindset. And again, the minerals deal was an economic framework, and it was the first step towards a peace deal. But Zelensky came into the Oval Office talking about security guarantees, talking about what Europe wants to do. Well, the president has been talking to Europe, too. He had the leaders of France and the UK here this week precisely to talk about how to end this war. And so, again, it's unfortunate circumstances for President Zelensky, but the president is not going to back down in doing what's right for the American people. And that's what this economic partnership was. It would have recouped the hundreds of billions of dollars that we've funded towards this war, and it would have been good for the Ukrainian people as well.
Caroline, Susan Rice and others tonight have said that this was an ambush, a setup, that this was the plan all along for Vance and Trump to go at him and create this drama. Your response?
That's absolutely not true. President Trump was excited about this economic agreement. And it was President Zelensky, if you roll the tape, who actually antagonized the vice president in front of the cameras and picked a fight with him. And as President Trump said, I think it was great that the cameras were rolling because the American people and the entire world got to see what President Trump and his team have been dealing with behind closed doors in the negotiations with the Ukrainians. They've been, again, incredibly hard-headed, and all President Trump wants is peace. And in order to negotiate peace, both sides have to come to the table, both sides have to talk, and both sides in a good deal usually walk away a little unhappy. President Zelensky fails to recognize that. And again, this is not the previous administration. Joe Biden is no longer in that Oval Office. We are no longer going to just write blank checks to a war very far away without real, lasting peace. And that's what the president wants.
Caroline, who made the decision to cancel the lunch? How did that go down, and did you have any of it?
Well, the president enjoyed the lunch. He figuratively and literally ate President Zelensky's lunch today. But it was his decision. He felt as though President Zelensky was not in a place to negotiate peace at this point in time.
Caroline, as always, great to see you.